Hello everyone, this is Money Mom. Welcome to the channel. Today is a requested video and it is how can you even possibly build an emergency savings on a really low income. I've had a few of you email me and message me right on the channel in the comments saying I don't have any leftover money. With prices the way they are and inflation, I barely am making ends meet. I know we think that we don't have any leftover money, but it's amazing how we can find extra money in our budget. I'm going to give you 8 ways. I'm hoping some of these can be encouraging and helpful. The first way, and I'm going to give you some things that I've done, not just saving your change, but say you went to the grocery store and you bought a few groceries and it was $8.25. Take the $1.75 and set it aside for emergencies. I know it might not sound like much, but if you did that every week, and let's say one month you had an unexpected bill, and in your change jar and in your extra cash jar, you had an extra 45 bucks, that could go and buy a few essentials at the grocery store, or it could pay for something you need. So save your change and round up, and not only that, which brings me to number 2, round up your money in checking. I did that for a long time. So let's say that a bill cost $35. Now this is of course back in the day, and I still kind of do this too, when you wrote out checks and mailed them. I only do a few bills like that. So say if something was $35, I'd subtract 40. Something was, $47, I would subtract 50. I did that over several years, and over an 8-year period, I had over $2,000 extra in my checking, which I could move to savings. So round up. That really, really helps. Another thing, and I didn't add this to the list, but I'm going to add this as a bonus. I'm going to say it right now so I don't forget. I'll just call this bonus. I won't number it. Another thing people will do on a low income is they'll set aside any extra dollar bills they get. So when they get change and they get a dollar bill, they set that aside for emergency savings. So save all your $1 bills. And that can be part of an emergency fund. Emergency fund doesn't mean you have to, set aside $500 a month. Yes, that would be ideal, but you know what? $25 extra a month coming in helps. I mean, especially if you're low on the budget and you need that for something, it can really make a huge difference. 25, 50, 75, all of it adds up after a while. Okay, number 3, no one likes to hear this one, including myself. Go hardcore, and some of you may think you're bare bones, but I think many of us, even if we think we're bare bones budget, we might be surprised at how we're spending our money. You can find little teensy leaks. Go hardcore, bare bones budget. As hardcore as you can, and just start saving the money. I have done things like that where I remember there were times where I did not celebrate any holiday at all. I went totally hardcore, and I took any money that wasn't going to a bill and threw it at debt, threw it in a savings. Go hardcore for 90 days. It's temporary fix, and you'd be amazed at how much you can save in 90 days because you save and pay off debt like your life depends on it. And that's the key right there. Okay, number 4, turn any hobby you have, because many of you are so talented. Some of you were telling me how you make pie crusts. You could sell some of your pie crusts. I mean, I know each state has different laws when it comes to selling things and cooking things, so always, look this information up. I don't know what your laws are in your state, but turn your hobby into a money-making idea. Whatever that hobby is, you might sew, you might mend, you might help people on the computer. You might do lawn work. Everybody has something, babysitting, sitting with the senior, that needs help. A lot of people I know do that, by the way. Going over, maybe making a meal, doing a little light housekeeping, sitting and visiting, playing a game, doing something like that, because there's a guy that comes to Super Target, really nice guy. His wife is at home. He would love to have somebody come sit with his wife for a few hours so he could get out a little more often and get out of the house, because I know he told me it was starting to kind of wear on him a little bit. So something like that. Turn your hobby into a money-making idea. Number 5, if anyone gifts you anything, or if they ask you what do you want for the holidays, I know some people may think this is tacky, just tell them a gift of money because you're trying to build your emergency fund. And just say you don't want any little knickknacks. Even tell them, say, hey, if you can only afford $5, anything is great. I'm building my emergency fund. Okay, number 6, automate your savings. And if you do have a job, have them put a certain portion. I have a friend that does this, and she is living on a lower income, and she gets paid every week, and she hasn't put in $25 a week, goes directly in her savings. Might not sound like a lot, but that's $100 a month that goes into her savings account. It's at least something, okay? Number 7, see what you can sell around your house. That is a really good idea. Some people do it off Facebook Marketplace, eBay. There's all sorts of places you can sell your items. You'll have to research that. Last but not least, I know that I do track some of my stuff, but I don't track every penny that I spend. But in order to save an emergency fund fast, you may want to track every single penny you spend so you can see what leaks you have so that you can save more money. These are just 8 ideas plus a bonus. Let me ask you this question before signing off. If you knew anybody that was on a really low income, and yes, you can always increase your income with side hustles, but if you knew anybody on a low income, what are some ideas that you would give them on how to save money fast for an emergency fund? That's all I have to say for now. I love you, I appreciate you, and I sure hope to see you on tomorrow morning's video. Bye-bye, everybody.